We start tonight in national news, where a new poll shows President Trump's approval ratings at the highest level of his presidency. But he continues to face a bombardment of criticism from his handling of the border crisis to leaked diplomatic cables about his administration. Now, Nicole Killian is traveling with the president.
As President Trump wrapped up his weekend at his New Jersey golf club, a new Washington Post ABC News poll showed 44% of voting-age Americans approve of Mr. Trump, an all-time high since he entered office. But 53% disapprove. The president has had a majority disapproval rating for his entire term, a record for any commander-in-chief in the modern era. While the poll also gave the president high marks on the economy, it showed a majority of Americans are dissatisfied with his handling of immigration.
We've got an administration that has intentionally used cruelty to children as a tool of immigration policy.
The acting Secretary of Homeland Security defended conditions at migrant detention centers, which his own agency described in an internal watchdog report as a ticking time bomb.
There's adequate food and water because the facility is cleaned every day, because I know what our standards are and I know they're being followed.
On Twitter, the president blamed the media for phony and exaggerated accounts of the border detention centers, adding, "People should not be entering our country illegally only for us to have to care for them."
People that came from unbelievable poverty, that had no water, they had no anything, where they came from. Those are people that are very happy with what's going on because, relatively speaking, they're in much better shape right now. The Border Patrol and all of the law enforcement that's working on the border, it's incredible what they're doing.
In a series of leaked diplomatic cables, Britain's ambassador to the U.S. described the Trump administration as dysfunctional, diplomatically clumsy, and inept. The memos were initially reported by the Daily Mail.
We're not big fans of that man. He has not served the UK well.
Britain's Foreign Office is not disputing the authenticity of the memos. It insists it has strong relations with the White House that will withstand what it calls mischievous behavior. Nicole Killian, CBS News, Berkeley Heights, New Jersey.
Well, back here in Billings, one person left with at least 2 gunshot wounds after a shooting this afternoon on Monroe and Oral Drive. According to Billings Police Sergeant Milam, just after 4:30 p.m., a 40-year-old Billings man was transported by ambulance to a local hospital. The victim is still alive as he's being transported. The Billings Police Department and AMR responded and are on scene. Billings Police still searching for a suspect. Now, this is a developing story, and we will keep you updated as we learn more. Well, turning to weather now with Rob Griggs. There's been some rumbling outside. I heard it just before we started the show. So what are we looking
boomer, just kind of moving by Billings, but it's sort of an isolated deal in the Billings area. We've had some stronger thunderstorms across the area. Let me show you what's going on right now on the old Doppler radar. Plenty happening up there in the northeast. That's been the travel pattern from the southwest up toward the northeast. Lots of color there. And a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings popping up in northeastern Montana at this hour. Meantime, it's been quieting down a little bit down here in the south. You can see we've still got a pretty good system moving through in the last hour or so from Miles City, and rain showers will continue to taper off. At the moment, the only severe thunderstorm watch we have till midnight is up in northeastern Montana, as well as those 2 thunderstorm warnings in those counties. You can see that's slowly but surely tapering off. And in the Billings area, well, we're starting to quiet down for the night. We're going to give you a complete look at the work week forecast in just a little bit. Zoe?
All right, thanks, Rob. Well, the Alberta Bear Theatre is undergoing major renovations, causing one restaurant in Billings to temporarily shut their doors. Now, they do plan to reopen once the theater is finished in the fall of 2020. Save a Kitchen on North Broadway across from the theater is the restaurant, and it opened back in June of 2017. Now, Seva owner Harvey Singh says the noise made it difficult for customers to enjoy meals on the patio, and business has diminished since the crews started construction on the theater back in May.
We probably put 20 to 30,000 to cover payroll in the last month. So if you add that to a 12-month period, 12, 13-month period, and that's banking on them opening up on time in August, that's a lot to try to hold on to, and it just doesn't make sense. We're not upset or mad at the Alberta Bear. It's for the greater good for downtown, and it's just not feasible to stay open, with no business until they open up again.
Well, you might be aware too that Save a Kitchen was a set concert for the summer concert series, and they have moved the dates. Those concerts have been canceled and ticket sales will be refunded. Some local groups getting together today to spread some positive change in Billings by cleaning up trash at Zimmerman Park. Collective Elevation, Intrinsic Presents, and Tops Sandwich Company organized today's cleanup. Now the idea, well, it came from wanting to bring people into the community to make Billings a little bit better for everyone. Organizers hope to make cleanups like this one a regular occurrence in Billings.
Tucker and I just had the idea of getting the city together, on maybe regular occasions to come out to different points of the city and just clean up just for a couple hours on like a Sunday or people's days off. And, we kind of did it in hopes to spark just interest for people to do stuff like that for the city, not just, trash cleanups, but just any type of charity work or any way to give back to the city.
Well, off to another park in Billings. Since its beginnings more than 100 years ago, South Park has been the center of the community in South Billings. Now, Q2's David J. tagged along to learn some of that history on the Western Heritage Center's South Park Stroll.
Immigrant communities that we have are here because of the sugar beet factory. South Park created this central unifying community grounded space.
Lauren Hunley, the community historian at the Western Heritage Center, talks about South Park.
Charles Ramsdale was brought in to draw up a lot of these plans for Billings parks. The gazebo today is in the exact location that Ramsdale put it in 1913 in those original plans. It really created that space for gathering, concerts, speeches, all of that could happen here at the center part of the park.
They play a lot of softball here at South Park, but baseball has been big, and it has been an important part for the park and the community.
It allowed them to strengthen those community ties by creating a unified team. It provided something for a community to cheer for and to be proud of. Teams were so important to establishing and maintaining an ethnic identity and a community identity, but it was also a way for them to be accepted into the larger American culture by playing America's game.
The swimming pool is smaller than when it was built and also has had some other changes.
Southside was very diverse. Unfortunately, the pool was not as welcoming. People of color could only swim on Sundays for a long time. Even though we have so much to be proud of, there are still some things we can learn from. As a community recreation and gathering space, we can trace those differences and how it developed historically, but there's still a lot of things going on, and it's a kind of a fun place to be.
In Billings, David J., MTN News.
Thank you, David. Now, Lauren Hunley says the diverse culture of South Billings has started with people of German, Mexican, Chinese, African, and Native American descent. Well, stay with us. More to come on the 10 o'clock news. After the break, find out how one farmer is sharing his secrets to success one page at a time. And in sports, Scott delivers our full story with Milestone Cowboy J.R. Vazane. The gripping reality of overcoming a broken back while ranching and raising a newborn with his wife.
You're watching MTN News with Zoe Zandora, Storm Tracker weather with Rob Griggs, and sports with Casey Conlon. This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.